you get some really good friends out on the sidewalk, because there's not very many that go out on the sidewalk. And you have a bond with them. And just like me, we never have had an abortion, but we just felt called to be out there. And if it wasn't for God, we wouldn't be out there. But this young lady just was out there all this time, and one day she had her mom start coming out too, and she's got a story to tell. And so I'd like to introduce my partner in crime here, Pam.
Like Terry had said, about 10 years ago I started going out to the abortion clinic. I didn't know why. I didn't know. I had never had an abortion, never had a friend who had an abortion. I just felt a strong calling to go. And so I went, and I would go and take little teddy bears to the ladies and offer them, you know, any kind of help, anything that we could do, you know, that there was help across the street, and we would love to help. So as time went by, my mother at that time had given her life to the Lord, and she was having a hard time with her walk. And for some reason I said, you know, Mom, whatever's going on, whatever's wrong, go talk to our pastor and just get whatever help you need. And so she did that, and out of that came a story that when my mom was in 3rd grade, my grandma had remarried, and anyway, so my mom had begun to be molested by her stepdad, and as time went on, my mom the abuse got worse. So whenever my mom was able to conceive children, oh Father help me, she was continually abused, and in that I was conceived. So, you know, then I knew why God had sent me out, because I got to be a voice for the children. I am the first of 5 children, and the only one that would live. All the rest of my brothers and sisters would die at the hand of an abortionist, and I had 1 miscarriage. But the whole reason I wanted to come is that, you know, when I had found this out, I was devastated. I had cried for just days, and I would put myself in the room and I would cry, and my kids would come and knock on the door, and I would wipe the tears away, and I'd open the door, and I'd just be super mom, you know, you just keep going. And so I would always tell my children, you know, that children are born out of mommy and daddy loved each other so much that God gave you to me. And I thought, Lord, how am I going to tell my children that when no one wanted me? Even Christians would think that this is the one reason why it's okay to have an abortion. Many times on the corner with Terry, I had the opportunity to share with pastors. And they told me, you don't understand, my daughter was raped, and I would tell my testimony. And there was this one man who just held on to his steering wheel and cried, but he never got out and stopped his daughter. And I just believe God that, you know, he would remember what I shared with him. So what I wanted to say is that I was crying to the Lord. I said, Lord, what am I going to tell my kids? What am I going to say? And he said, Pam, because I loved you so much, I formed you in your mother's womb. See, we know that in Jeremiah it says, before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. So see, I wasn't created out of rape. I was created in the mind of Christ. And no matter how he chose, the sovereign, holy God chose to form me. That's his choice. He's God, and he's faithful. And so I just thank God for this opportunity to just, you know, get to speak out and be a voice. And hopefully, the more I share, the less I can cry. Anyways, I just wanted to share that. Thank you guys so much for coming out and supporting such a wonderful, ministry. So thank you very much.